Hi everyone, thank you for watching. As you know, we all still under South African lockdown, so that's the reason for me making these videos. Usually I make camp videos about places where to go, but seeing that we're all stuck at home, I decided, well, let's just make some. I don't know when I'm gonna run out of ideas. So comment below if you have anything that I haven't done in the list of videos I've already done. So it starts at day 1 and I think we somewhere at day 16 or 17 now. Anyway, what I want to show you today is my cameras and what I use them for. Now I think what I must do first is maybe go from the most common one to the one that I use least. The mobile phone is probably one of the better cameras because you have it with you most of the time. So what I usually would do is I would switch it to airplane mode and I will then switch the camera on and I'll patiently wait. You just see here. Now when you're going to take video, and this is really important, and I see it a lot on, especially on Facebook, that people tend to take video like this. Now you get these, okay, that was a photo, you get these very ugly lines. I mean, it's I don't know why a person would use it like this, because you have no perspective. I wonder if I pick it up a little bit whether I can focus more on the pool there. You get no perspective. You've got a very limited view. I watched a video on photography once and the guy there said the only time, or you turn your phone like this the day that your TV on the wall is mounted like this. In other words, when the TV is mounted in portrait on the wall, that's the day you switch from landscape to portrait. The idea about a video is to tell the story and give perspective. And with a phone recording video like this, look, maybe it's just my opinion. Maybe there's many people that enjoy the video like this. I don't. It's very, very frustrating. So please, landscape where possible, because it makes such a difference. It gives so much more perspective. And I take another photo. So much more perspective. And you can tell the story so much better. Now the other thing that a person's got to, and that actually goes through all cameras. Landscape, you get a lot more perspective. Portrait is for photos. Okay, but I'm no expert, so it's just my opinion. I don't want to sound like I know everything I don't. So I guess that's the basics. There's a fly. That's the basics that you got to get right. Now the other big problem is camera shake, and that's the other very irritating thing when you take video, is camera shake. Now a person, generally you get camera shake when you hold your phone like this. If you grab your phone like this, obviously not in front of the lens, you'll get a lot better video because it will be a lot more stable. Now your eye compensates for shake, so if you do this, you'll think you have it really smooth, but you don't. You only see it when you play it back, then it's horrific. What I sometimes suggest is use something like these. You know, if you're gonna use your phone for a video, and there is time, and you have one of these little tripods, use that. It makes a big difference in the quality of your picture. Then of course, I don't know, you all know my Zoom microphone. It's actually working now, so I don't want to handle it because it's going to make a racket on the sound. But that is for my sound recording. I have demonstrated the phone. You can use your mobile phone as a voice recorder if you use another camera to record video. Now, then the next one is the dash cam. Now, what's nice about the dash cam is the fact that if you switch obviously if it's plugged into the car, this is a makeshift battery, what they call it, power bank. If you plug it in, you see it starts recording straight away. So generally these cameras got a very wide angle lens. Picture quality on this particular one, it's a cheapie, not very good. But it works for the purpose. Now this particular one, the moment you disconnect the power, it will switch off again, but it helps to fill in. I use quite a bit of footage from the dash cam to fill in pieces. Persons tends to forget to record when you in the moment. So this is the dash cam. By the way, all the cameras are set to, let me unplug this, 720p. This one is capable of 1080. Well, all the cameras I've got here now is capable of 1080p, which is what they call full HD. Right, so this is the dash cam. Let's put it over there next to the mobile phone. Then I've got the little Pioneer. It comes with a waterproof enclosure. It's got a reasonable wide angle lens, and I also use that to record. For instance, I've got a mounting on top of the vehicle, on top of my car's roof, where I can mount this camera. Same with these are actually, this one is the Black Hawk and this one is the Pioneer. This one is a smaller model of basically the same thing. I can mount them both. They work with the same mounting, so I can mount this thing on the car, and then of course I've got this suction cups that I can mount this on and suck it onto whatever I want to. This one's, sorry, it's a bit hot, so I'm sweating, so that's why I'm touching my face way more than I'm supposed to. This one's picture quality is not that hot, but it's good enough for an action camera. The wide angle lens makes up for a little bit of the picture quality. Then this one's a lot better. Let's see if that one wants to power on. This is the Black Hawk. It's got a much wider lens. Let me just press record there. Okay, there it goes. Now this one's got it's got a much wider lens. So, and much better quality picture. You can see why this one is roughly about double that one's price. But this one also, as a matter of fact, I would generally mount this one inside the vehicle, and I would mount this one on top of the roof. Both these cameras are Wi-Fi enabled, which means that I've got an application on the phone and I can actually control the recording and the stop and record from the phone. This camera, I'm going to try and insert a 200 frame per second action shot. This camera, little action camera, is capable of doing 200 frames per second at 720p. Let's see if we can get a action shot of something happening at 200 frames a second. I'll do that. Right, then this we've spoke about. I can move this out of the way. then, okay, this is a Samsung video camera. Now, it's very old, but you know what? I've got 3 spare batteries for it, so I carted along, because when I'll link my Sony video into this video, put a link. I ran out of battery power, and my Sony trip, video wise, turned into a complete disaster, because I had only the battery that the camera came with, and video wise the Sony was a complete disaster, and I haven't had the opportunity to go out there yet again. So this camera, let me just open it up. I did check that this one is charged. Now when it comes to sound, this camera must be the worst camera I've ever seen in my life as far as microphone goes, because if there's no wind, this microphone will find wind noise. Now I'm gonna once again just record a piece with it also here. Overall it's not a bad picture, but it's just the sound. This thing's sound is completely useless. But I must say, this camera has gone through Namibia twice. It's got a lot of memories. I mean, without this camera I wouldn't have had anything. I wouldn't have brought anything back from Namibia. So the footage you see on my Namibia trips was done with a Samsung. Okay, that's that. That's the Samsung. Now, the nice thing about, look, everything I've got here is real cheap and nasty. So, I mean, there's nothing here except maybe my XA11 camera that's standing there. Now, that's the camera with a mic on top and whatever that I showed you in the home 4x4 video. That's the camera that's standing there. And then that little camera over there is the Canon that I also showed you in the 4x4 home 4x4 video. Just that's that one that's taking whatever happens on the table here. Now let me just move the stuff out of the way. This thing, okay, if I don't throw it away, now this thing, I just want to see here, I stretch this thing up like that, right, like that. Now, you just see here, I just want to tighten this thing, I don't want the phone to fall off. Now, you know what, if you can get, this is a very nice setup. I only realized this now. So, if you want to use your mobile phone as a device, let's just see here, I just want to level it out a little bit, like a recording device, that's not too bad. So if I put the phone on this thing over there, that is excellent. This can work. This can work. Yeah, I only realized now, and I won't, not the phone on the car, I won't suck the phone, but I mean for this purpose, 100%, it works. I think this is a good, I just thought of it now, didn't realize it will actually fit in. Let me just stop it before. Right, so that can work and that can work. This is just a spare battery for that camera there. That's now the XA11 that I showed you in the 4x4 video. Unbelievable. This battery is 3,000 Rand. It is absolutely shocking. Same with that Canon batteries, horrendously expensive. Really shocking. Then, right. Then we come to a very versatile but slow camera, and that's the what they call the DSLR, cameras. Now these cameras can also do video. I've got a natural density ND filter, natural density filter, am I correct? Yeah, ND filter. Now look, this camera's picture quality is very good. I mean, compares 100% with both the Canon cameras. But the only thing is that this thing's autofocus is horrific. Well, you can't use it because I mean, if there's any hunting to be done, this thing is focus hunting. This thing focus hunts more than what the Samsung's mobile phone focus hunts. Anyway, what's nice about this is if you have time, for instance, you sit in your chalet or tent or wherever, you plonk this thing onto a tripod and you can have the standard lens that it comes with. We just get a little bit of a type of a focus here. Just get that going. Okay, now I've got the camera in front of my face because I've got to look through this thing hasn't got stabilization like the Canon, so that's why you've got to always have this thing on a tripod. Now this is with its standard lens. Now I want to see if I can show you what the natural density filter. There's a whole lot of technical stuff. Let me see here. Now with a natural density filter, if you can make the picture brighter or darker so that you can maintain your frame rate that you set your camera to, so you can manipulate your picture very nicely with your natural density filter. Right, so that Canon, you see, when I had to go and buy a new camera for the purpose of making videos, it was a very difficult choice between another one of these, because I know that the Canons, DSLRs and now mirrorless cameras are very good all round. They can make videos as good as a video camera, but you've got to swap lenses, and in order to have the same versatility that I would get in that Canon camera, look, that Canon, that's the AX11, is a point and shoot camera. In other words, it hasn't got a removable lens, it's fixed, you switch it on, point and you shoot, where this is not a point and shoot camera. So with this you need time. So what you can do with this is that the lenses, okay, I've got a wide angle adapter which I can screw. It's also a very cheap Chinese one, but luckily most of my viewers watched the footage on their mobile phones, so you won't see the difference on a mobile phone. Well, at least not yet. Right, now I've got the wide angle lens on and I'm going to stand in the same position. Let me just, there we go. Right, now I've got the very wide, I've got almost the same width with this camera than I have with the action cam. Now, the wider the lens, the less the camera shake. So with this combination, I can almost get away with a handheld point and shoot application. Only problem is this camera hasn't got external audio. You can't plug a mic into it, so you've got to record your audio separately. This thing's built-in microphone, not good for anything. So generally I don't use this camera as a general point and shoot camera. I would use this one purely for specialized applications where I would set the thing up and then almost where you know that something's going to be, you can control the predictability of something, you'd use this. And then the versatility of swapping lenses. Right, now this oak looks like this. But now this is where things get a whole lot more complicated, because this has now got a very, let me just switch this autofocus off, because it will drive anybody crazy. Right, I'm going to point it through there and I'm going to record. Now I can zoom in. You know what, the camera shake on this is absolutely, got to push that button as well to lock the exposure. Do that a little bit. I wish there's now something, but anyway, I can zoom in quite a bit. Yeah, let me not waste too much time with this. It is no joke. This is a very, when it comes to video and these things, very difficult and not particularly good. Well, yeah, that's the story. I hope you find this useful. You guys must enjoy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, or tomorrow, hopefully. I really, you need to give me ideas.